from the heart of the action. This is a global goalpost. You're home for everything World Cup.
Uh-oh, technical difficulties already to start the show.
I muted myself.
There she is.
All right, guys, let me start over. Welcome to Shin and Shenanigans right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. How's it going tonight, Big Mike?
Nothing ever happened there. You never muted yourself. Everything's great. No. It's going great. As you can tell, I'm back in my studio, which is nice and air conditioned, and a lot has happened since we hung out last, and a lot of news, a lot of results. So excited to chat the beautiful game with you this evening. How's your week going?
Started the new job, so a little overwhelming at times.
That's par for the course, you know.
Yeah.
New job can do that to you, but hopefully you like it.
Yeah, hopefully. All right, let's get right into it. Talk a little bit not about the World Cup, but a little bit about MLS. Some recent news has come out that Inter Miami have signed Casemiro on a free transfer from Man United.
Miami not messing around.
No.
Which is the eyes of no one.
Right. Right. He has verbally agreed to join Miami as the agent. His contract's going to run until 2028, and his contract actually expires, his current one expires next week on June the 30th. Now, it's not actually like officially yet because they're still kind of working things out with LA Galaxy for the Discovery rights. So, exciting stuff.
Yeah, there's always something. We're talking about this every week. Someone signs somewhere, and then there's all this, BS behind the scenes stuff that they got to iron out.
Yep.
So, but like I said, Miami's not messing around. They've been very vocal, to say the least, and have been for a while, to be fair.
Yeah.
On kind of what they want to do and so on and so forth. So, no.
And I think he's actually wanted to play with Messi. I think that was one of his goals, was to play with Messi.
Yeah, can't blame him.
No. I'm sure we'll talk about him a little bit later.
Yeah, he might come up in conversation. Don't worry, folks. We'll get to some World Cup later. It's been a week.
Yeah, it has been a week. Speaking of it's been a week, going over the EFL, a little bit of kind of grim news, I guess you would say. Yeah. Another player, unfortunately, has passed away way too early. I think he was 21. Grimsby Town, well, not player, he's a player recruitment lead. We'll talk about the player that was 21 a little bit later. He has passed away at the age of 38, Alex Hughes. Grimsby Town are mourning him. He is the father. His father is former Man United player Park Hughes, and they released a statement in which that read, "Jill and I are totally heartbroken by the sudden and unexpected loss of beloved son Alex. He was a wonderful son, brother, devoted husband, and father, and he will be so deeply missed by all of us." Right now, his cause of death has not been disclosed, so we still don't know.
Yeah, and that always gets the rumor mill going, right? Disclosed death. Probably something bad. Probably something, whatever. I don't care. It's tragic, and quite frankly, this is the only part of the show that we do that saddens me because we have been talking about somebody passing. It feels like pretty much every week.
And tonight I think we've got 3 or 4.
Yeah, it's terrible, and it's crazy because we've talked about this before, but as we all know, this is the world's game, right? And I'm kind of stating the obvious here, but when it's the world's game and there's so many people involved in the world's game, you hear about this more often as opposed to like, here in the States where it's NFL dominated, MLB and NBA, whatever, and when that happens here, everybody's just like gasping and go, "Why? Wait, what?" But in our game, in the world's game, unfortunately, these stories happen way, way, way too often.
Yeah, unfortunately. Moving on over into the Premier League, Newcastle, some of their players that they're scouting hijacked. This time by Liverpool.
Liverpool making more enemies by the day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Liverpool have hijacked Newcastle winger Munoz. Newcastle were trying to get Munoz. They're set to activate his 40 million euro release clause, and this is the second deal that Liverpool have hijacked from Newcastle in the last 2 summer windows.
You can look at that 2 ways. Like, hey, Newcastle, figure stuff out and quit letting your people get hijacked.
Right.
And then, the other side of it's like, damn, Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
But it's business.
Yeah.
And
speaking of business, they're looking at Abdi as the new winger, which he's over in Spain right now. So we'll see if they get him or if that signing is going to be hijacked.
Coin toss.
Right. Craziness. Absolute craziness.
Well, I'm telling you what, it already gets me excited for the next Premier League season. Not gonna lie. I mean, I'm gonna be excited regardless, but
yeah,
there's a lot of drama.
Yeah, there is absolutely an incredible amount of drama.
Yeah,
it's more so with La Liga a little bit later.
Well, I mean that goes without saying.
Yeah. But staying in the Premier League for right now, Tottenham fans. You guys' new Dutch defender, Jean-Paul Van Heck, he announced his $68 million move from Brighton, and he was sporting a black eye. Getting a fight, I promise. He just took a boot to the face.
That didn't tickle.
Yeah. During the Netherlands 2-2 game against Japan. So tough start at Tottenham right now.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
I think it was only his second day being officially a Tottenham player.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it can actually get them out of the cellar. Who knows? Or help get them out of the cellar, rather.
One can hope. One can only hope.
But yeah, that was a physical. And I don't want to digress. Sidestep too much. That was a physical match with Japan. There's no doubt about that. And we actually saw another boot to the face today, which we'll probably touch on later. That wasn't as significant, but it actually led to a goal that VAR did not reverse.
Nice.
So
definitely have to get into that later.
Yeah, but no, and all jokes aside, I've made it very clear here. I'm not the biggest Tottenham fan in the world, but they need some help there.
Yeah, they do. All right, so Man United, I recently read a report that said that they recently acquired a 25-acre area around 350 meters northwest of Old Trafford. Now, this acquisition is part of a larger plan, which includes plans to build a new 100,000 seat stadium. And it's going to be referred to as New Trafford and Wembley of the North. What do you think about that?
You know what? I'm okay with New Trafford. I'm
Yeah.
fine. I mean, whatever. I mean, Wembley of the North is just a little troll job, in my opinion. Which I honestly I don't hate a troll job. You know, to a certain degree, to a certain extent. I mean, we can have a little fun with it or whatever. I'm not the biggest fan of this one per se. Um, that's just me. I'm sure many will probably disagree with that. Um, but I'm also, I don't know, I'm a little bit old school, I guess, whatever. So, which is funny because I'm actually okay with New Trafford because you're going to put all this money and development and everything else into it.
Yeah.
I don't have an issue with that. Like, okay, it's new. Like,
right.
maybe they'll put a better product so it can, get capacity. Which, granted, they'll get it. They'll probably get it anyway. That's who they are. But although Man City fans might rate it, come Derby time.
Maybe. Who knows?
But you wouldn't be mad.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad. I just hope that their rivalry fans are not like LAFC and LA Galaxy fans.
That's fair.
Because I think, and it was very early in LAFC's establishment, like one of their first seasons when we watched a game and someone pooped in the stadium.
Classy.
Like, exactly. Dude, what are we, like 4 and not potty trained yet?
There's not enough. I mean, I'll be honest with you, man. There is a fair amount of clubs and teams and other sports, if you will, that I am not fans of, and I get complete joy of watching them lose. But I can't imagine there's enough alcohol or drugs in the world that I would be like, well, you know what, I'm going to go do this.
Yeah, right. Anyway, getting back to our main topic, this is actually the largest. It's set to be the largest football stadium in the UK and the second largest in Europe. Talking about this New Trafford. And according to Man United's website, the larger project is a 370-acre regeneration project that they're expecting to produce approximately 15,000 new homes, including affordable housing, creating 48,000 new jobs locally and over 90,000 nationally. It's expected to add more than £7 billion per year to the UK economy.
And you know what? If those numbers are accurate, that is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And say what you want about this club or whatever, but if that's all that comes to fruition, that is amazing.
Yeah, like I was staggered by these numbers.
I mean,
absolutely staggered.
Yeah, I saw these numbers and I'm like, really? Those are big numbers. But hey, if it's what happens and we've got new jobs, we got places where people can live and whatnot, I mean, I don't think anybody can be really mad about that.
No, especially the affordable housing part, because housing is atrociously expensive.
Exactly.
And like it's tough sometimes.
Very much so. I mean, you can imagine if a club did that here, it'd be all over the news 24/7. You couldn't unhear it.
Right.
So
that'd be amazing to have it.
Yeah.
Here,
Right. So if these numbers are heck even close to it.
Yeah. Anywhere close to being accurate.
Yeah, that's a win for everybody, even if you don't like the that particular crest, if you will.
Mm-hmm. You gotta respect him.
Yep.
Gotta respect that.
No doubt. Good on them.
For sure. Moving on over into the WSL. So I feel like not a lot of people, I didn't really even know until I saw this specific story, is that there is a Sporting Events Act of 1985 that we will discuss in a little bit, but the WSL is now going to allow alcohol in the stands.
Yes.
After a successful trial period.
Let's go.
I know, right? So this is going to be for during the 27-28 season. And I feel like not a lot of people know, of course, and the Sporting Event Act of 1985 pretty much restricted pretty much all alcohol in the
Correct.
stands. For the men's football, and even though the women's football leagues are outside of this act, they chose to participate in this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some of you may be wondering, why? Why restrict alcohol? They banned it because there was a series of incidents that they attributed to be primarily majority contributing factor being alcohol in the 70s and 80s. And one incident in May of 1985 where 39 people died and hundreds were injured. So,
and look, I'm gonna date myself here a little bit with my age, but back in '85, that was a worldwide issue. That wasn't just anywhere specific, but there was a lot of places and a lot of, not just in club sports or team sports or what have you, that were really restricting alcohol sales because at that point there was a ton of drunk driving incidents.
yeah.
And so a lot of governments, what have you, organizations, you name it, were like, okay, we can't do this because this is a serious issue. But now fast forward to now, there's really, in my opinion, there's no excuse because there's other ways. There's no excuse for going to an event and having, if you have too much, you're having a great time, have a few too many, it's like, all right, let's get an Uber, get a DD or whatever. There's no, in the 80s, that wasn't the case. Some of these places didn't even have taxis available. So people would just be idiots. So I think, look, it's good. It's going to just generate more revenue. At the end of the day, people are going to just keep shelling out money, and so be it. But yeah, I think obviously drink responsibly, folks.
Yep, drink responsibly.
Yes, please. And if you're not, get a DD, get an Uber, whatever. But no, I think this is, at the end of the day, it's like, come on, let's do it. It's going to generate more revenue. I don't know. I don't want to go on a.
Hopefully it'll be a good path, and they won't have to be like, you know what? Never mind.
Correct. Like this, don't ruin it for everyone else.
There are more ways to get home.
Yeah, and besides, it's not like you go to any sporting event anywhere and these beverages are cheap.
Oh my gosh, they're so expensive.
It's ridiculous. I'm like, heck, I go to sporting events here, and you're not going to get anything, even a domestic beer, for under $10.
Less than $12.
Yeah.
Less than 12.
That's domestic. That's like Miller Lite.
Yeah.
If you want to get like a local craft, you're paying 12 to 14, depending on where you're at. And that's just here in the Midwest. We know it's higher elsewhere.
Yeah.
So, next thing you know, you have two, and you just bought yourself basically dinner.
Right.
So
the food is expensive. The alcohol is even more outrageous.
Yeah, and I can't speak for everybody's food per se, because some of these organizations and stadiums, whatever, have some pretty gross food, in my opinion. Some are getting better, to be fair, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not eating there. I load up beforehand. Like I'll eat beforehand and then have a few beverages and enjoy it, and then get home safe.
Right. All right, moving on into world soccer, what's been going on outside of the World Cup in other countries. Let's talk about these Real Madrid signings that's been going on.
You know, he's not wasting any time, is he?
No, he's not.
And
yeah,
these are guys that he's targeted, and you know, we talked about this, you know, past few weeks on the show. Like, you know, he knows what he's doing. He has his first couple good years, and then by year 3, and you know, what happens happens. But no, I mean, I think Mark going there is it's something I know he's. I think I mentioned it last week. He was saying it was a bigger step he needed to take. It's somebody that Mourinho wanted. Yeah, I mean, I'm saying, look out for Real Madrid, and especially in the next couple of years.
For sure. You know, and Mark Cucurella he's joining on a 6-year contract, and this is considered a highly strategic signing.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to fix the left back position, and it matches the tactical identity of Jose Mourinho. So hopefully things go well with not only the vibe with the locker room, but also on the pitch.
Right. No, look, I'm not going to sit here and say they're going to win Champions League, or I'm not going that far yet or anything like that. But although by year 2, who knows? They might. But this is the start of, you know, him being the architect that he is, and putting these guys he wants in place. So, and he'll crack the whip. We talked about that in this show numerous times. And to your point, as long as the chemistry's there, not just in the locker room, but on the pitch, and I have no reason to think it won't be, at least for the first couple of years. I think this is a good thing.
Yeah, I agree. He's also bringing in Ibrahima Konate on a free transfer for a 4-year deal. And this is considered another highly intelligent, low-risk, high-reward signing.
Correct. No transfer fee, if I'm not mistaken. Prime of his career. And I don't mind those signings, right? Like,
yeah,
you know, low risk, high reward. I mean, those are ones that works out ways like genius.
right.
And if it doesn't, it's like, oh, well, whatever. Wasn't a huge hit, no big deal.
Yeah, he's like 27, isn't he?
Yeah, 27.
So prime age. He's not quite as new as he used to be, but he's also not close to retirement age either. So he's got several years left.
Correct.
He doesn't injure himself too bad.
Yep. And even at 27, it's a great age, because at least you would hope, right, that, you know, his IQ in the game is increased. And yet you still got some of your best years physically ahead of you. So again, low risk, high reward, and the guy knows what he's doing. When I say the guy, I'm saying Mourinho. He knows what he's doing. Like I said, and I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but for at least first couple of years, he knows what he's doing. So, and his track record proves that. So, we'll see how this shakes out for that signing. But so far, it's, you know, he's pretty new to the position. He's already being active and making moves. So, I think the fan base should be pretty stoked about it.
Right. I mean, I know I'm kind of going to be try to keep my eye on Real Madrid this upcoming season too, just to kind of see what changes we're going to see and how they're going to improve and how the drama is going to improve.
Well, there you go. There you go. Because if anything else, you almost want to tune in just for the drama.
Yeah.
You know?
That's me. I just want to tune in just for the drama.
Right. I mean, even if La Liga is not your thing, which, I mean, I don't know. To me, it's a great league. Drama, no drama. There's just a lot of talent over there. But yeah, with all this drama going on now, it's like it's gonna be hard not to watch.
Right. Some exciting coming out of Italy. Ronaldinho is coming out of retirement to join Serie C.
How old is he now?
46.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
He's not going to be playing on the pitch. Okay.
Correct. Could you imagine though?
Just to let you get, I know, right? He has signed with Ravenna FC to undertake a marketing role.
Correct.
So
this is actually going to be scooter on the pitch.
Oh, I know. Well, those electric.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that would be hilarious. He's still got some skills though. He's still got some skills. Did you see that McDonald's commercial where it was like, I think it was a McDonald's commercial where him and I forget who the other player was, where they were kicking a ball through the Golden Arches, and he's the one who got it through.
Yep.
He's still got some skills.
He does. His his body probably wouldn't allow him to go on the pitch for more than about 10 minutes, but I mean, your mid-40s, what are you gonna do, right?
Right.
I mean, hell, I'm 48. I go to the gym to lift some weights in about 30 minutes. I'm like, God, I want to go home.
Dude, I'm 31. I want to do that. Oh goodness. Anyway, so this is his second stint in Italy after he played for AC Milan back in 2008. He played from 2008 to 2011 for that one. Ronaldinho, welcome back to this beautiful game.
Yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely right.
He spent like 11 years, retired for 11 years. Can you imagine 11, like just deciding, I'm bored. I want to go back to work after 11 years of not having to go back to work.
Yeah, that's a valid point, but I think it's a little different when it's something that, the beautiful game that has done so much for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the ones that, again, it's not everybody, obviously, but the chance to come back and do something like this in a game that you're passionate about. I mean, how many times would, just as an example, like I retired from my job at 57. I mean, I won't. Let's just say I did. And then a gig comes in my mid 60s. I'm just like, oh, I love this thing. I love this. I love this. And I get to go back and do something I love and get paid for it.
Do a job that you love and you never work a day in your life.
Yeah, exactly right. So good on him. It's obviously he's a name.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. A little bit.
So that's a cool story. I love that. I mean, good on him. And, I'm sure there's some hardcore fans that are pretty excited about it, even though he's not necessarily making decisions about the team or the personnel every day. But, it could be good for the club.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, it's going to be really great for the club because even though he's not going to be making decisions and he's not going to be in that aspect of it, they're going to get a lot more eyes on them.
Oh, absolutely.
More revenue, and it's just going to be absolutely great for the club.
Oh, absolutely.
So good on him.
Yeah, no doubt.
Another sad thing out of France. Yeah, I think I was right. I think it was 4 deaths targeted. Unfortunately, tonight. This one is of a player. This lad is, I believe, 21. That's what I read.
Yeah, he's 21. The other dude was 38. Yep.
Gomp. The gentleman's name is Kenzo Keys. Kies. He played for the academy for both Lyon and Saint-Etienne, and has been fortunately declared brain.
Accent's spot on, girl.
I did take French in high school. I don't remember.
I can tell.
But unfortunately, this gentleman has been declared brain dead after drowning in the Rhône River near Lyon. And reports state that it occurred in a no swimming zone, an area known for its danger. Because last August, and passed away while trying to save his dog. So, yeah, I know. So, kids, this is why it's important to not only learn how to swim, but also practice water safety as much as possible. If it says no swimming, there's a reason it says no swimming. Pay attention to the signs and stay safe.
Yeah, I really wish people would quit dying. That'd be great.
I know, right? It's so sad.
Yeah, we like to give you the news, what's going on in the world of our great sport, but not this type.
Yeah, I know.
I'd rather go back to coaches being sacked, and that's still.
Yeah, I would so much rather just talk endlessly about coaches being sacked.
Yeah.
Than players or coaches passing away.
Right.
So let's move on to a little bit of drama here. It involves Barcelona.
Hey, back to La Liga drama.
Back to La Liga drama. It doesn't involve Real Madrid, though. It does involve Atletico.
Yeah, one of the other big clubs in La Liga.
Yeah, right. Atletico are set to file a complaint to FIFA regarding Julian Alvarez, and they're stating that Barcelona have illegally negotiated with Julian while still under contract. And Barca are also accused of making calculated leaks to stabilize Atletico.
Oh man, they're doing this. They're influencing the refereeing. I don't know. Like I said, get your popcorn ready for La Liga season coming up, man.
Mm-hmm. Should have had some popcorn, man. Should have had some popcorn right here.
That's right. Yeah, I don't know, man. I got obviously we all know there's times you can negotiate with players and times you can't.
I mean, it's just one thing after another.
This should be pretty cut and dry. We'll see here, but with La Liga, who knows?
I certainly don't.
Nope, no idea. It's like I said, just get the popcorn ready.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. We're going to take a short little break here. You've been watching Shin and Shenanigans right here on IE Sports Radio. Direct feed for all that is sports. We'll see you guys after the break.
Hi, eSports Radio fans. This show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, single-A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all-brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
All right, welcome back to Shin Pads and Shenanigans right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We are talking about the World Cup right now, and this is actually that commercial, that ad was perfect for this next story. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole another planet. The official FIFA World Cup ball has gone into space.
Great segue.
That's like, I didn't even plan that. I did not even plan that. But it was such a perfect segue. All right. Right. The International Space Station crew have recreated a 2019 experiment to show the effect of good and bad footballs. These experiments help to improve the understanding of how the embedded tech, like these sensors in World Cup balls, can influence their performance. How about that?
Something you honestly in our back in my day, if you will, like I never would have thought that would even be a possibility.
Right?
I mean, so just to think of how like technology has advanced so far in really such a short period of time, it's pretty damn cool.
Right?
I mean, did you really ever think like, oh, we're gonna have a World Cup ball in space station and doing all these, experiments with it? Like, what?
It's so crazy. Absolutely crazy.
And
that actually is a perfect segue into our next topic, the FIFA World Cup 1000th match being Tunisia versus Japan, and I will explain why that was a perfect segue in a minute. It marks the 1000th match in the history of the tournament. Japan won 4-0. And this tournament has grown substantially from a 13-team experiment back in 1930 to the 48 teams today. And can you just imagine what the people back then would think of today's World Cup?
Yeah, and look at it. It's the biggest tournament in the world.
Right?
Like,
absolutely crazy.
People who are not even like the most casual of football fans are glued into their country. Like, we joke on this show, we've joked on our group chats and whatever. It's like, oh wait, well, it's every fourth year Americans are soccer fans again. Like,
right.
But it's become the biggest tournament in the world, and because it's one thing I'm not trying to get political here, but in such a divisive environment that we live in, that just brings country together. And not just us, but everywhere. And there's nothing else like it. There just isn't. I mean, I know someone throwing the Olympics, and yeah, the Olympics are great. Don't get me wrong. I love the Olympics. But people aren't really glued. People are watching the Olympics. They'll kind of keep up on it, but they're not like glued to it like they are the World Cup.
Right. I mean, the World Cup is so popular that it's like technically it's on in the office that I work at now. because I work at another dental office, so they have it on in the waiting room for the people, and I think that's just so cool. And unfortunately I saw Germany lose today. I was like,
Did anybody have that on their card?
no, I certainly did not. It was not on my
I
bingo
didn't
card.
either, but I said in our group chat before we went on air, I was like, good on Ecuador. I kind of thought they were dead in the water. There was nothing about them that just blew me away. I mean, they got some talent on that team. Do not get me wrong. And I don't want to go way off topic here, but no, I don't think anybody had them beating Germany tonight or today.
That was crazy. Absolutely crazy.
And that's after I mentioned earlier in the show how VAR did not do them any favors. And still was able to come back and win that match, which was, again, a stunner to me. But and now they advance. So poor Scotland we're not happy, but yeah, we can get in that later.
Right. So what do we think about the this whole Tim Howard and USA has no chance?
Well,
What do you think about that?
We all know how this works, right? Like somebody will take a clip, post it on social media, and they don't hear the full context. They see that clip, and then they form an opinion. But with that said, I listened to it. It was, for those who don't know, him and Landon Donovan on a pod. And Tim Howard said it was literally impossible for the U.S. to win the World Cup because they'd have to play essentially, 4 perfect matches. And I think my take on that is, being he's a, former national team player, is a fantastic keeper. I don't know if I would have said it in that way. I don't think anybody here who's watching this or watches a replay or whatever, who's following the men's national team, was coming into this tournament going, I really think the U.S. can win the whole thing. I mean, the only people who should be really believing that are the players on the pitch, right? Because if you don't really believe you can advance and win the thing, then what are you doing? But to say, hey, Michelle, she's back, let's go. Impossible, I don't like that word. And even Landon on the podcast kind of steered away from that. I think you can say, hey, listen, it's going to be a battle, because eventually you're going to run into a France or a Spain, and what have you. But I think to say impossible, I wouldn't have used that. I'd have probably
that is a pretty strong word.
I would have said, hey, listen, it's going to be a crazy tough road for them to be able to pull this off. And the odds are against them. But you know what? We saw the run Morocco made. Granted, they didn't win it 4 years ago, but who had that on their bracket?
Right.
So that's where I think I have the issue. I just don't think that impossible is the right word to use. I would have been more like, hey, listen, I'm cheering my butt off for this team. I want them to go. I'd love to see them win it. But the odds are against them, and things have to fall into place for them to possibly even get there to do this. You know what I mean? Like, to come out and basically say, you have no shot. And granted, the odds are against them. Look, I mean.
Yeah, I agree.
They are. And I don't think any fan who's truly following his team really truly believes this team could win it. I said a few weeks ago, I think this ceiling for this squad is around a 16. again, ceiling.
Ceiling.
Now we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how these matchups pan out. I mean, is it possible they could get to the quarterfinals? Sure, it's possible. If they got past that, it would be a shocker to everybody, right? I don't foresee that coming into. I don't see that happening. But like I said, we like a month ago or so, I want them to get as far as they can possibly go because I think it's going to be great for the sport here in our country.
Yeah, I agree.
So if this team gets to 16, I think that's a win.
Mhm.
And anything else, if they were to get past that, that's a cherry on top. That's just gravy right there, man.
Right.
At the end of the day, I didn't like using the word impossible. I see where he's coming from because it is going to be tough. It would be crazy if that actually were to happen. But to say as a former player that this is impossible, I didn't like it. But,
yeah, it does leave a bad taste in your mouth.
But I think he was coming more from the fact of like the odds are just so high. I don't think he's like sitting there saying, "Oh, this team sucks. They have no chance." But
Yeah.
he's got to craft your words in the right way.
Yeah, especially when you're doing. That might be something that he might have also said in like just informal conversation, but when you're on where you're like being listened to by multiple viewers, you do need to choose your words a little bit more carefully.
Yeah, and I think that's the only thing I have. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and I'm like, oh my, Tim Howard's horrible. I hate him now. He sucks. No. I just think, we're all human. We've all misspoke probably at some point.
Yep.
So to me, I think that's kind of where it is. I can't speak for him, obviously, and I won't. But I think it came from more of a spot of like, this is just a big hill to climb, as opposed to like, yeah, this team's terrible. Because they've shown so far, and tonight we'll see what happens, right? It's a whole different lineup. They've already clinched, so they're sitting a lot of guys because of yellow cards, which I would do the same if I were them. So who knows how it'll shake out? Because who knows what Turkey A is thinking? They're done. So like, do they come out with something to play for? Or they're just like, let's just get out of here. We're done.
Mm-hmm.
Does the U.S. be like, these backups have something to prove? Or they're like, hey, we're through. So tonight will be interesting to see how, especially the first 10 minutes, how it comes out. But anyway, I digress. It was kind of went viral. People always make more of it than what it probably should be.
Yeah.
I don't think it came from a bad spot from him, but I would just say choose your words a little more wisely next time.
Yeah, because they could cost you.
Correct.
Yeah. And one of the, I forget, reporters, the reporter that said that Messi's dad had died, yeah, I think has been suspended or she was fired.
Yes. So again,
and that's not the only reporter pundit that has been spoken and has been publicly criticized for it.
Correct.
Since this World Cup started.
Yep.
Do you think that the U.S. would have more of a chance if Tim Howard, in his peak football age? I'm not saying now because obviously he's retired, but
right
in his peak football age.
Shout out to Ricky for tuning in, man. Chat with him the other night. It's always good to hear from him and chat with him. Yeah, he's not wrong, but you could say that about a lot of other players too, right?
Yeah.
Imagine you put Tim Howard in his prime on the squad and a Dempsey in his prime on the squad. You can look at that and be like, oh, damn, this U.S. team's good. But I mean, I like what I've seen from this U.S. team so far. I like their energy. Granted, I know they had that kind of a rough second half against Australia, but who hasn't had a bad half?
Right.
But so far, from what I've seen from the squad, and I know some will be like, well, the teams they've played are not great, whatever, but we're talking U.S. men's soccer here, y'all. Like,
Right.
I mean, the fact that, there's been years they haven't even qualified. I mean, so I like what I've seen so far, and tonight will be what it is. I mean, I'm not too worried about tonight because it's going to be about July 1st and, seeing who they officially play. I know the odds were showing as of yesterday, I think it was going to be Bosnia, but wild things can happen. So you just truly never know. But there's some good third place teams that are going to get in, and, U.S. will have to be ready to roll. But just on this eye test so far, I like what I've seen. I mean, I'm not going to, again, I'll keep saying it. I think round of 16 is their ceiling. And if that's where it is, I think nobody can be upset about it.
Exactly, because I certainly was not expecting it.
Yeah, I mean, I know you were thinking you might not even
I
make
was
it out of the
like,
group.
exactly. That's what I was thinking. So, and I'm honestly just kind of glad that right now, even though it's still kind of an intense tournament, right now they do have a little bit of a breather to where they
Mhm.
can just play these next 2 games for fun.
Yeah.
Just for fun.
And not to get too far ahead here, but you're looking so far, and I know it's still early, but you look at some of these other countries. I mean, outside of a couple, is anybody really blowing your mind right now?
I mean, honestly, like I'm looking at the bracket and I'm like, I'm kind of a little bit surprised that Ivory Coast has made it into the round of 32.
Ivory Coast is in, and we have to talk what I think it could be the most fun story. We'll see what happens with Cape Verde. I mean,
Yeah.
they have a shot. Unfortunately, I think Scotland's. I think last I checked, they've got a mathematical shot, but it's not looking good. Ecuador did them no favors today. But I look at the squads, and still France is France. Yeah, I get that. Norway is just because of Harlan. They're gonna make noise. I don't know they got the full squad to make a deep run, but we felt they would get out of the group, and which makes sense. Spain feels like maybe they've woken up, but
We'll see.
you look at England the other day, and it's like you drew with Ghana. So you're like, we've seen. I mean, I guess Croatia, they look pretty good defensively. They're a little
Mm-hmm.
but then you kind of see this U.S. team, and you're like, is there anybody out there that's really just like the U.S. comes across outside of, say, a France or Spain or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
that they're like, oh, they're done, they're screwed? I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Outside of the big teams, I just not sure.
I mean, it could totally go either way, like, right? I mean, if they were to see Egypt,
Mhm.
for example,
Yeah.
it could go either way.
Mhm.
So right now, and that's what I love about this World Cup so far, because really, to me, again, let's take France and maybe Spain, whatever, take them kind of out to the side for a bit. You look at the rest of the teams, it's like, is there anybody who's head and shoulders above anybody else? With the exceptions of a few of the third place teams that'll get in. But from a U.S. standpoint, I don't know.
I don't know. I just, like I said, this is the year of the underdog.
Yeah, it's and that's what is going to make this tournament, I think, so great. I mean, I'm watching Mexico the other night.
Mhm.
Got had a tough little tougher first half, and then just kicked it in the gear the second half, and that's a very young squad there.
Mhm.
Who knows? I mean, again, I'm not projecting they're going to make a semifinal or anything like that, but again, how these brackets will fall and how these matchups will go, like, who knows?
So, do we think Mexico and Scotland could face each other?
We've talked in our group chat. It's hard. I mean, hello, I'm going to be in Scotland next month. I keep saying it. I know I should stop talking about that. But, I mean, I love to see them get in and somehow make some noise. That loss to Brazil was crushing. I think most everybody thought, I mean, that was just a tough time to play Brazil when you needed a result. A loss wasn't going to kill them if they were lost like 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
But a 3-0 that just really hurt their goal differential.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. But even if they don't, I mean, there's still some good underdogs before. I mean, Michelle's chiming in for Ivory Coast.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, Cape Verde their matchup coming up on Friday is not impossible. They could win that. And, you're going to have some cool Cinderella stories coming around to 32. And so, and that's what, again, this is like, it's almost like a March Madness for your college basketball fans. We're going to see a few Cinderellas in here, and it's going to be hard to root against them. And again, I've talked about this on the show many times. It's one match. A team could have 70% possession, and have 25 shots on goal and miss them all. And the other squad could have 2 shots on goal and make 1.
Just need one bad night to ruin your entire tournament.
Well, it was like the old like some U.S. fans we've seen the commercial, right? Mike Ruzioni, 1980 Miracle on Ice, right? We've seen that commercial a million times, played before the World Cup, still see it playing. You don't believe in miracles? Like,
it can happen.
And you factor that in, like, anybody who's watched that movie Miracle, like, Soviets were this ridiculous back in the day. It's like, you have 10 matches. They might beat you 9. You just got to beat them once.
Exactly.
Not saying it'll happen, but crazier things have happened is all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. If Scotland do get out and they end up playing Mexico, I think I've seen it where people are kind of joking that's going to be the biggest drinking game because it's going to be tequila versus scotch.
100%.
Oh,
I wish there'd be a fly on the wall for that.
Oh, I know.
I wouldn't give Scotland much of a chance in the match. I'd give them a lot of chance in the drinking game.
For sure. Especially drinking.
I think they handle their own with the drinking game. Sorry, Mexico, but no. Mexico actually looks pretty good. I was glad to see Ochoa got in the match the other night.
Yeah, and I hear he's not going to be in whatever final match they have.
Yeah, I hate that. I mean, he had that great goal kick that led to a goal. I mean, he won't get credit for it because he'd have been like the 4th assist, but it was a perfectly placed kick that a couple passes later, ball goes in the net. It was just – it all started with Ochoa. So here he is at, 6th World Cup, and he's still contributing. So I was happy to see him get in, and the crowd went nuts, as you heard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like they're kind of doing him dirty, though, because, like, he didn't get that legacy patch because he's only been on the pitch 3 times.
I agree with you 100%. That was –
I'm like –
that was crap.
He still had to be there.
Yeah.
I just-
Yeah. I didn't like that at all. I don't like it. It rubs me the wrong way because that dude's like a legend there.
Absolutely. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap things up here. We will finish some of these topics that we were planning on talking about tonight. We'll talk about them on Saturday. Join us on Saturday.
Yes. And enjoy the matches tonight. I think I got 2 TVs set up, so I'm going to have obviously the U.S. on one. I'm going to have Paraguay and Australia on the other. So enjoy those matches tonight, and we get to talk more about them on Saturday, which will be a ton of fun.
Yep. We will see you guys on Saturday at 1 o'clock Central, 2 o'clock Eastern. But we got to get out of here for the night. We will see you guys in 2 days. You guys watching Shin Pads and Shenanigans right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
See you Saturday.
See you on Saturday.
Live from the heart of the action. This is a global goalpost. Your home for everything World Cup.